Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on Rugrats, issue number 1. Now, as you know, since Nickelodeon are bringing back a lot of their old shows, such as Rocko's Modern Life, Hey Arnold, and so on. So we've got the Rugrats returning in comic book form. Now, I've read it on the bus after picking up this issue for £3.50. And I've read the issue. So, what's interesting that on the cover, you have Tommy leading the Rugrats, while Susie and Angelica are with them, even though they don't appear in this issue. So it starts off how Chucky's like, "We're doomed, Tommy! He's out of control. We need a plan to protect the city. We'll be lucky to get out of here alive. Oh no, there's a second Reptar! And there's Mr. Reptar and Mrs. Reptar." So Tommy and Chucky run for their lives. And they point out as how they have an error to get Tommy and to get the two Reptars wet. Yeah, you've got Phil and Lil. And I'm like, "Tommy, I don't like getting wet." "Yeah, Tommy, we're not supposed to get wet." And so you have the grown-ups with such as iPhones and stuff, which is kind of a bit strange, given the fact that in the the TV show, they never had iPhones or anything. Again, this was the 90s, so things like VHS tapes, also like old school TVs were still there. So the point is, and so they mainly take Tommy and the others away, and they get Tommy ready for bed. And they're like, "Tominator! Tommy! In! Nator! This is awesome! Tominator!" Yeah, and these characters look different skin colours. Seriously, are we in the Doug series now? So after Tommy, daydream about being a wrestler, Stu shows up saying, "Okay, champ. I said it's bedtime. No more leg drops on Peppa Penguin. And no, getting out of your crib." And so Tommy wonders what's going on. So he ends up seeing that his little pig toy has a built-in camera. So he has a plan. And meanwhile, Stu's mainly shows up saying, "Okay, buddy, no getting out of bed. Tonight I don't want a repeat of last night. I'm going to sync my phone with the TV and then lights out." So Tommy mainly has a plan to make a duplicate picture, even though he's clearly made a pool version and it's not foolproof. And Sue thinks it's lovely, saying, "This drawing Tommy put in front of the camera is so cute. I'll probably get 1,000 likes." Actually, in this day and age with Facebook and that, you either get mocked and ridiculed for poor artwork. Trust me, I've been there. And Tommy's like, "How did he know it was a fake?" "Night Slugger. It was perfect. A real drawing of me. No one could have known." Actually, it was a bit of a bad drawing. Again, Tommy's an infant, I can understand. And he's wait, what if I never get to have my revenge on Peppa Penguin? Because my mum and dad won't stop watching me all the time. And so he's a bit shocked. And so, mainly, Tommy is taken to Chaz's house. And he points out is how, he's ready and all that, and heads off. I actually like how the picture you've got Chucky's mum there, this little Easter egg. He's like, Chucky, I got something I want to talk to you about. Where are you?" "What, the lizard? Chucky, are you here?" And so Chucky shows up. Yeah, when you think about it, the artwork kind of looks anime influenced, and Tommy kind of looks like something from an anime or manga drawing. So they mainly daydream and have a thing about the whole neighborhood turned into a wasteland, and talking about a big bird showing up, even though it's clearly a drone. Now, this kind of bothers me because I know they're trying to make it 21st century, but it feels a bit weird. My point out is how they're going to find nice birds and all that. So mainly Chaz is talking to Betty, mainly about how his garden's doing well, and thinking about getting some fresh fruit and vegetables and that. Yeah, I actually like how they... I mean, it is kind of a bit weird to see them texting and all that. I mean, if you watch the old series, they had phones and so on, old school ones. And mainly Tommy points out how the garden used to be green, lovely, and how Angelica sprayed him with a hose. It's like, it looked like I wee-weed myself. And so they mainly have a look around, and mainly they go underground. Yet the drone shows up, making them fall down, and falls into a sort of cave area. So meanwhile, Chaz is watching TV saying, the garden is great. I can finally binge some shows without worrying about, oh no, the boys! So he heads out and blames himself, and mainly will talk with the landscaper to put the yard back together. So he mainly fixed them up, and mainly Phil and Lil and Tommy are talking about how the grown-ups were watching them and such, and how they're going to deal with it. And so Stu's like, behave back there. I have my eyes on you, kids. It can't be true. But if it is, this baby won't be as scared of no eyeballs. I'm gonna figure out this, if it's the last thing I do. Yeah, and that's the story. So we have the writer and the artist, the drawings of the Rugrats, and yeah, this was technically the first issue. What do I think? It's definitely not bad, but I don't like how it's trying to use 21st technology tech into an old 90s show. It's a bit weird, and I can get it, it's trying to be like a new continuity. It's still alright, so I give it a good thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.